lot of SpongeBob SquarePants video games that I've played, mostly because the ones I have played or have heard about played were pretty bad. I mean, I remember playing Creature from the Krusty Krab on my DS, and I thought that one was hard to me. Like, I did not get very far in that game. I kind of just gave up on it. I also heard some games were terrible, others were really good. I remember also playing for the Nintendo Switch Wii, Plankton's Robotic Revenge, which I thought it was just too easy, kind of fun though, to play as these different characters like Squidward, SpongeBob, and Mr. Krabs, just shooting up these robots. I thought that was a pretty cool idea. But, yeah, it just wasn't that good of a game to me. But there is one game that stands out that I loved related to SpongeBob SquarePants video game-wise, which was for the Nintendo GameCube that I played it on, and that was SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini. Battle for Bikini Bottom was a masterpiece to my 8-year-old mind. It was the Sistine Chapel to me when it was completed by Michelangelo. Just so much fun. I loved the cartoon growing up, and to be able to play SpongeBob exploring the world of Bikini Bottom, going up the Sand Mountain and going up those slopes, shredding them down, beating characters' times, talking to Mrs. Puff, Mr. Krabs, going to Jellyfish Fields, fighting King Jellyfish. Guys, it was awesome. I love Battle for Bikini Bottom. So much fun. Also, there were the terrible levels Rock Bottom and other just dumb areas that I didn't like, especially the Kelp Forest. I hated the Kelp Forest. But then, after a long time, we finally got SpongeBob SquarePants Rehydrated, which I didn't mind personally. It did, I wasn't a biggest fan of it. I know that's basically the same game. Just the fact that it was recolored, I don't know why it bothered me. I do like that the characters have more facial expressions in the remake than they did in the original. But it just kind of ruined the experience the original Bikini Bottom gave for me in Battle for Bikini Bottom. In this video, I'm not talking about Battle for Bikini Bottom though. No. It's been a while, but we finally got another SpongeBob game which I actually really like. And that game I'm talking about is SpongeBob SquarePants in the Cosmic Shake. When this video game first came out, I was so hyped to get it. I mean, I pre-ordered it, and when I got it, I was so pumped to play it. And then when I actually played it, I'm not gonna be honest, I replayed it recently, but the first time I played it, I was honestly disappointed. I did not like it at all. However, after playing this the second time on the Switch, a month ago, I have to say, the game is actually pretty good. Out of 10, I would definitely give it, a solid 9.8 out of 10. I do admit, when I first started playing this game again, I had the same thoughts going into it, I was gonna hate it. I do hate how the game opens up. I mean, you can explore a little bit of Bikini Bottom, it's not blocked off at first, but when you go to see Sandy in the beginning, I don't know what Carolyn Lawrence, the voice of Sandy Cheeks, was doing with her character, Sandy, but her voice in the beginning it sounds like nails on a chalkboard. Very, very irritating. The game itself is pretty fun. I like that it's not a plankton-focused one like Battle of Bikini Bottom was, but it does start off with Patrick and Spongebob being bored of having the same old things to play with, and they go looking for stuff where they meet Cassandra the mermaid, who sells them magical bubble soap. And Patrick makes a wish for balloons, and SpongeBob grants wishes of people of Bikini Bottom, and it upsets the timeline of everything, which ultimately causes the cosmic shake. And in order to fix the timeline, SpongeBob must go back through time in different periods in different areas of Bikini Bottom and set things right on these different quests. The first area you go through is the western version of Jellyfish Fields, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, it's awesome that SpongeBob actually gets a license in this game. Like, it's not a driver's license, but you do go through these courses where SpongeBob is learning to get his seahorse riding license, which is awesome. That part was really cool. Though, I do have to say, the Western Jellyfish Fields wasn't my funnest area. Like, there's a part where you meet Sheriff Sandy, and you do have, like, this little mini-game of drinking cactus juice with her, which can be fun. But other than that, you're just going around the fields collecting cactus juice. And at the very end, you're fighting Mr. Krabs on a train that he's trying to rob, of course. So that was pretty cool. They made Mr. Krabs the villain of it. But, yeah, I have to say that the Western Jellyfish Fields, it wasn't bad. It could have been better. But not bad overall. The idea for different characters in this game was really fun. I love how they, like, sometimes the game just felt like random episodes throughout the series. Like, I love the callbacks to other things. Like, you can go to Cassandra's shop throughout the game, and through the amount of slime that you've collected, you can trade them into her, and you can buy these old uniforms that SpongeBob has worn throughout each episode of Bikini Bottom. Like, you can ride around your horse wearing your Krusty Krab crew hat, or you can just go around as a cave sponge, and later through the game, it's really cool. Just these old callbacks that this game has through every episode that's been in every season of SpongeBob so far. The game has a total of like 8 areas that you go through. Each of them have their own themes. And I have to say, I think it's like it's the second or third that's my favorite. Because you're on this movie set the entire time where Squidward is your director. And it's awesome. I mean, you learned all these different karate moves as you progress through the area of that game. Like, there's one part where Squidward's making the movie, and you're SpongeBob doing all these karate moves, like bursting these balloons or fighting these slime monsters. It's really fun. Plus, the boss of that game is Sandy Cheeks. And I do have to say that through this game, it did have some lines that really made me laugh.
Oh, look, it's Sandy. Oh, look, Sandy.
Well, if that ain't the sponge they call Bob, then his biggest Dallas lunatic partner Patrick's stepping through my door.
Actually, we came in through the roof.
Is that right? Well, you'll be leaving through the floor.
What I really thought was cool is that some of the areas that were added, I mean, like, Bikini Rock Bottom in SpongeBob is always supposed to be dark and creepy, and they somewhat added that to Battle for Bikini Bottom. But what I love about this game is that they have Rock Bottom, and it's all like Halloween themed. Like, there's a small quest in that where SpongeBob and Patrick basically have to go trick-or-treating. So it was fun to explore Rock Bottom while fighting slime creatures and seeing all these like Halloween decorations. I thought that was really cool. Plus, in that area, Gary is the boss, so it was cool to have just like this random character, SpongeBob's pet, as a boss that he has to fight. That was awesome. Something I liked about the Cosmic Shake that Battle for Bikini Bottom didn't have was that this game isn't so linear. Like how Bikini Bottom, like once in a while they did have side quests. Like when Sandy's tree dome is leaking, you gotta fight all the robots in Battle of Bikini Bottom, and then she'll give you a golden spatula. That's like one of the very few side quests, but in this, you can help Patrick collect giant sticky notes, or there's a little fun mini game where you can flip Krabby Patties, which I wish they had done in Battle for Bikini Bottom, as they got the Krusty Krab that you go inside and fight the robots, but you never get to go in the kitchen to fry things up, and in Cosmic Shake, you actually get to play the game where you get to make Krabby Patties, which was awesome! I mean, why would you not want to play a SpongeBob game where you can make Krabby Patties? So, with Cosmic Shake, that's an opportunity we got, which I loved. SpongeBob's abilities through this game are actually pretty cool. Like, it has a callback back to one of the very first episodes, SpongeBob Pizza Delivery, where it's kind of like Breath of the Wild style, where SpongeBob can jump off a building or something, and he can use the Krusty Krab pizza box to glide. So it's like, you know how in Breath of the Wild, when Link jumps off a mountain, he can use the paraglider to glide? It's like that, SpongeBob style, if the paraglider was a pizza box. I thought that was creative and really a fun thing to get around in certain areas where you can karate kick, use the pizza box to glide. Super cool. Glove World was really cool to see in this game. I mean, we've had callbacks to it from so many different SpongeBob episodes, and to be able to actually get inside Glove World in this game and to play carnival rides, it's like being in an actual amusement park. I mean, you're playing these different carnival rides, winning these tokens, winning different awards throughout the game. Plus, there's that SpongeBob episode, Roller Cowards, where SpongeBob and Patrick ride that little mini roller coaster, the Mitten. And that is actually in this game, which was awesome. I mean, you ride the Mitten. It's exactly how it is in the episode. Just that loop with that little bump. It's awesome. Plus, it's actually kind of creepy going through like the tunnel of Glove, hearing the boss Glovey Glove kind of taunt SpongeBob saying Patrick doesn't want to be his friend anymore. That was creepy. It was really cool though. I like the intro to the level too. The intro to it made me laugh.
Over. Patrick.
Game over.
First I lost Bikini Bottom, and now I've lost my best friend.
Loser.
I do have to admit, I was disappointed that these characters didn't get bigger screen time. Like, SpongeBob was doing everything. Like, in Battle for Bikini Bottom, we got, like, Sandy, who ropes her way across rooftops, and you got Patrick, who lifts and throws heavy stuff, and then SpongeBob, who does karate stuff. But it's kind of interesting, like, for Patrick, how he's basically Balloon in this. How it's kind of like, the old Spyro games, how Sparks is your little flying companion next to you. So that was interesting. It was like SpongeBob was Spyro and Patrick was Sparks, which, personally, in my opinion, I thought was pretty cool. Also, the final boss in Glove World, Glovey Glove, yeah, he's not my favorite boss, but fighting him is really fun. I mean, fighting the slime monsters to get to him is really cool. Because, like, in the episode Squidville, when they first get their reef blowers, that's what SpongeBob uses. I mean, he sucks up these slimes and then shoots them at Glovey Glove, which is, like, honestly, it gives you like a Luigi's Mansion Ghostbusters feel to it. It's really cool sucking up those slime monsters and using them as ammo to get through Glove World and fighting the boss. That was really cool. I like that it was added to the game. So, at the end of the game, after fixing all the timelines in certain areas like Goo Lagoon, Jellyfish Fields, Rock Bottom, King Neptune shows up, and of course he tells you what you've known all along, that Cassandra is a villain, and Squidward shows up and starts yelling at SpongeBob, saying he's a terrible neighbor, he's hated SpongeBob this whole time, and Cassandra says Squidward will be perfect as a villain, and that makes Squidward the final villain of the game, which is really fun. I mean, he's a really fun boss to fight at the very end. I mean, you gotta avoid his tentacles, he shoots out these inks, and you're on this, like, giant platform fighting these slime monsters, avoiding Squidward's tentacles, and you're using the reef blower and shooting slime at Cassandra. Luckily, it doesn't take many hits to beat Cassandra. I think it only takes like 4 hits to beat her. She's not a hard boss, but it was really fun because, like, during the fight, Patrick will say different things, like Squidward's really grumpy today. SpongeBob will say that things have been taken too far with Squidward. It's really fun. It was a really fun boss battle. So, once Squidward is beaten, Cassandra's taken care of, and King Neptune gives you a wish for your help in saving Bikini Bottom. And of course, Patrick, being back to his starfish self and not a balloon, he says he wishes they could do it all again. And like a cliffhanger on a classic SpongeBob episode, they're all shouting like, "No!" And that's how it ends. So, yeah, what I love during the ending credits, it's David Glenn Isley's Sweet Victory that played from that episode, Band Geeks, which is, like, by far, without anyone arguing, one of the best SpongeBob episodes that will forever go in history. And it's fun they added that in the closing credits.
Welcome to Bikini Bottom!
So, is there anything I would change in the Cosmic Shake? There are things I would, like, I would love to see Sand Mountain again, what they would do with that, how time would change with that, if it's just like, if it's like prehistoric times, well, they did that with the sulfur fields, but if, like, there's mammoths that SpongeBob has to do, or things like that, that would be really cool, but otherwise, it's a really fun game. Like, also going through the game, like, it's changed. There's slime creatures that'll roam Bikini Bottom. To basically, like, every area go through the game, they come back with you. So, the main area of Bikini Bottom, like around SpongeBob and Squidward's houses, they'll change as well. So, that was awesome. But yeah, this is a really fun game. I highly recommend it to any SpongeBob fans, because you won't be disappointed. Alright guys, that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the thumbs up if you like SpongeBob, if you like this video, or if you like the Cosmic Shake. Also, please subscribe. It'd be awesome if you did. It'd be great. And I would really appreciate it. Also, leave a comment on what you preferred, either Cosmic Shake or Battle for Bikini Bottom. And who are your favorite SpongeBob characters? Personally, mine is probably, I gotta go with Patrick. Classic Patrick Star. Anyway, leave a comment on who your favorite is. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.